Hi, my name is Chris, and today I'm going to show you how to install an HID headlight on this 2008 Street Glide. Step 1 is removing the battery cables. With the battery disconnected, we can go ahead on to the next step, which is installing the headlight. Alright, now we're going to start working with the headlight. Anytime you're working in this area, you want to make sure you get a good soft cloth cover for the top of the fender. We'll start by removing the one screw on the bottom of the headlight trim ring. Next, remove the trim ring from the headlight. And then we want to remove the headlight dish and disconnect the wiring. Now we're going to remove the screws holding on the retaining ring with a T25 Torx bit. And next, remove the retaining ring. Now we're going to install the new headlight trim ring using the screws we removed from the earlier step. Okay, now that we have that installed, we're going to go ahead and install the new trim ring with the supplied 3 screws and springs. Now that we're installing the trim ring, it's always good to have an extra set of hands, but it can be done by yourself as well. Once the outer trim ring is installed, it's good to start at base point tightening these down till the outer trim ring is flush with the inner trim ring. Before we install the trim ring, we need to install the ballast bracket. Now before we mount the ballast itself, we have to disconnect it from the headlight. In this application, we will not be using the isolator pack that comes in the kit, so we'll go ahead and remove that now. To mount the ballast bracket, we need to disconnect the 2 wires holding the ballast to the light. The best way to do that is using a screwdriver and just gently prying on the tab to release the wire from the socket. Now that the ballast is free, we can attach our mounting bracket. Be sure that you attach the supplied foam tape to the ballast bracket before mounting the ballast to it. You're going to fasten the ballast to the ballast bracket using the supplied 2 button head screws and locking lock nuts. Now we can attach the ballast bracket using the supplied 2 1/4-20 screws. Go ahead and tighten these 2 bolts down, and this will finish this step. Now we can install the supplied outer trim ring with the 3 springs and 1/4-28 screws. At this time, you do not want to tighten the screws all the way down, but just so the outer trim ring fits the inner trim ring flush. Now we can install the headlight to the ballast. This will help hold the headlight steady if you're working by yourself, so you can hook up the rest of the wires to the factory wiring harness. Now we can attach the wires from the HID light to the factory Harley-Davidson plug. You want to make sure to match up the colors properly. The colors on our light are black, white, and blue. The colors on the factory wiring harness are white, black, and yellow. So the only colors that don't match will be yellow and blue. Those are the ones you want to plug together. We always find it safe to run a few laps of electrical tape around the lights once you have them securely plugged into the socket. Now you're ready to put the outer trim ring and hold the headlight in. Now fasten the outer trim ring using the 3 screws we removed from the factory trim ring. Now you can install the factory trim ring using the supplied screw in the kit instead of reusing Harley-Davidson's factory pan screw. Now that completes the installation of an HID headlight on a 2008 Street Glide. Just hook up the battery and you're ready to hit the road.